It's Super Bowl Sunday. That means we're definitely doing some barbecue. The most popular dish, I think, from my experience, is definitely wings. Like, there's so many different kinds of wings and, you know, different styles in doing them. Wings is definitely what I see the most of whenever I'm at a Super Bowl party or get together. However, the second best and most popular dish, I think, is a buffalo chicken dip. The most common way I see people doing buffalo chicken dip is with canned chicken. And that's fine. If you want to put canned chicken in your chicken dip, no problem. In fact, some of the best chicken dip I've ever had is my brother-in-law's, and I mean, it's an absolutely amazing chicken dip. And it's made with canned chicken. But when you have a smoker in the backyard and you have a Sunday where you don't have a whole lot to do, might as well throw something on there and utilize it, put it to work, and get that smoky flavor on the chicken. So I'm gonna put some chicken thighs on the Lone Star smoker, and we're gonna go ahead and get that cooked and smoked and just beautiful. Then we're gonna go ahead and mix it all together. Then we'll go ahead and throw the entire dish in a foil pan, put that on the smoker, let it, you know, just kind of sit in there and cook for 30, 45 minutes, maybe a little longer, and we'll be good to go. And I promise you, you stick with this recipe. It's simple, it's easy. There's gonna be a lot of people talking about your smoked buffalo chicken dip. So I think the best way to do this is to pick you up some skinless, boneless chicken thighs. They're gonna have that real juicy flavor, gonna get real tender, and there's not a whole lot of prep to them. We don't need a whole lot of pretty work and, you know, prep to something that's just gonna be mixed into a dip. So we just want that flavor and with that smokiness. We're just gonna get these out here on this tray and put some of Cosmo Q's Dirty Bird. If you haven't tried Cosmo's products, he has some great stuff, and this Dirty Bird is perfect on chicken. Now, like I mentioned, we're gonna be smoking the chicken on my Lone Star smoker. This is the third time I've used it, and so far everything has been awesome. Been very reliable and easy to keep a good temp on it. Don't really need to put any binders on the chicken. You know, it's moist enough, it's gonna hold the rub pretty easily just by itself. Nice even coat of some Dirty Bird, and then we'll throw these guys on the smoker. We're gonna smoke at 250 degrees or close to that today. When they come boneless like this, don't forget to open them up in the back there. That's kind of where they cut into them, and if you're not careful, you can miss a good place to get a lot of rub in there, a lot of flavor. See how that one does there? It looks like this in the pack. You gotta unfold it, and there you go. You get a lot more surface area like that. Here we go, here's a perfect example. All right, let's throw these guys on the smoker. So when the smoker's running a little bit hot, which it is right now, it's running about 280, you just close down the vent just a little bit, just a few taps until you get that temperature right where you want it. I don't know how they're gonna taste, but I know they look and smell incredible. About 163, so we're gonna take them up about 10 more degrees. All right, so they've been cooking for an hour and a half, and I think they're gonna be done. They are beautiful. Yep, 174. Juice just running right out. 180. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take these in the house and I'm gonna put them in the oven with the oven off and just let them rest for about 45 minutes, half an hour, 45 minutes or so. Let them come down into temperature so I can pull them and start chopping them up. Man, that chicken turned out to look beautiful. Smells amazing, looks amazing, juicy. Now it's time to go ahead and get it chopped up into some smaller pieces so we can get it into our dish. Now I'm cutting this up just in little small pieces. I'm gonna leave some longer pieces in there just to give it a little bit of variety. You know, I'm not a big fan of the dips where everything's almost like it's blended together. And I like the dips that have a little bit of texture to them, a little bit of bite. I started with 3 cups of our smoked chicken thighs, and I have those chopped up. I have a lot of fines, and I also have some bigger pieces, like I said, just to give it a little bit of texture, a little bit of chew. That's the staple of any buffalo chicken dip is Frank's wing sauce or red hot sauce or whatever. They have several different kinds. They're all pretty mild and they're delicious. So we're gonna add, we started with 3 cups of chicken breast, so we're gonna go 1 cup of hot sauce. If you wanna spice it up a little more, because Frank's is mild, then throw in your favorite hot sauce and that'll add a little bit of heat. Now for me, there's no choice here. It's a blue cheese base. Now you can do a ranch base if blue cheese isn't your thing, but I really recommend going blue cheese. And we're just gonna give that a stir. Now our sour cream. So we had 1 cup of hot sauce, 1 cup of blue cheese, and we're gonna go about a half cup of sour cream. Maybe a squeeze more. There we go. And we're gonna give that another stir. Okay, so now we're gonna go in with some pepper jack cheese, about a cup of it. Save some to sprinkle on top. I'm also gonna do about a half cup of cheddar. And we're gonna stir that together. We're gonna do 2 packs of regular cream cheese. Now I suggest that you use regular rather than the fat-free. You don't fix this that often, so go ahead and use the good stuff. Most important thing with this is make sure it's room temperature. And that takes 2 to 3 hours. Now, my other tip with the cream cheese is not to get it blended all together. I like to have chunks of it in there, with the dip. It just makes the texture of it just, I don't know, just gives it that extra something. I've had it both ways and I just seem to like this better. So I don't want to mix it up incredibly good. I just kind of want to get it blended and broken up. I want to leave some chunks of it in there. All right, guys, that's looking pretty good. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and spray my foil pan with a little bit of olive oil, just so it doesn't stick. And now I'm gonna put my first layer of dip in the pan. Probably do this in about 2 layers. So I'm gonna take that, kind of mash that in, create a nice even layer. You can use blue cheese crumbles, you can use no cheese crumbles, but kind of like these feta crumbles. I think they add a nice flavor to the dip, and they just kind of, I don't know, they blend in real perfectly with a dish like this. Blue cheese wouldn't be much different. Get a little layer of that down, layer of the pepper jack, and now we'll go ahead and put the rest of the dip in. Spread that out. We're gonna kind of mash it down and make it nice and even as far as height. And we're gonna top it off with a little bit of feta on top. And the rest of our shredded. So I opened the vent up a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and try to get up to about 3 to 325. We're gonna put it in the top rack. We're almost there. We're gonna leave this on the pit for 45 minutes or so. It's a pretty thick layer there, so it may even go an hour. Now remember, we've already cooked the chicken, so it's not a matter of food safety or anything like that. What we want to do is just bring those flavors together. And by heating them up and putting that smoke on them, melting that cheese, whoo, this is gonna be one good Super Bowl dish. I love get-togethers. I love, getting together with some friends and some family and just hanging out and having foods like this, dips and wings and finger foods. Life is just too short. It's just real nice to be able to enjoy great food with great people during great times, and that's what Super Bowl Sunday is all about. So let's go ahead and try this buffalo chicken dip. You can serve it with whatever you'd like. Celery, tortilla chips, whatever, anything you want. It goes well with just about all of it. That might be the best one I've ever had. And mine's a little different than a lot of people's. A lot of people's looks like it's been put into a blender and it's just, pulverized into one big mush. I don't like that personally. I like to have, some chunks of chicken that are bigger, some chunks of cheese that aren't completely melted. It has some texture to it. Texture just really goes a long way with a dip like this. I don't know about you guys, but it's almost game time, so I gotta go ahead and pack everything up, get over to my buddy's house, and serve this incredible dip. I think they're all gonna love it. I know I do. It's absolutely amazing. Give it a shot. It's simple, it's quick, it's delicious. I'll see you guys in the next video. My gosh.